What's good, fans? Here we are, Spence Ugas press conference. You guys can see who's in the ring. The media getting ready. The media doing their thing. Showtime back in the background. It's gonna be here live. So we're here. We're just getting ready, folks. We're just getting ready, folks. It's about to go down. Let's see if I got some time to go get a look at the field for you guys. Excuse me, boss. Excuse me, boss. We ready to go? All right, folks. Gonna try to go get a look at the field. They're doing their pre-fight interviews. Just want to get a look at the field for you guys, so you guys can see what Cowboy Stadium, Texas Stadium, here in Arlington looks like. So there's an event we're here for, but you can see them preparing the floor. There's going to be media seating, obviously, on the floor. You're going to have obviously the entertainers, celebrity role, obviously all of that. But here, Ugas suspense Saturday in a couple of days is going down. But let's go back into the press conference. Just want to give you guys a look at that. Let's go in the press conference and get some action going. Say what's up to me. See again, here's the dignitaries over here. Media getting ready. Everybody doing their thing. So yeah, here we are. We're ready. We should be getting ready here soon. Again, we just here talking about the fight coming up, man. Please.
You get older, you get a little wiser.
Canelo at 36, so he was still fighting. Yeah.
That's all we back in the 90s, man. What they doing?
Who's that? Where's the
They make me
DJ?
feel like I'm back in.
Where's the DJ? Where's the DJ?
Still setting out Canelo at that age when he fought.
I'm digging the Big Fish shirts. The Big Fish t-shirts. Like my man got on right here. Hmm?
Oh, right. Yeah, like, the people they fight out. Maybe 50, 50.
I remember when we used to see Floyd not apartments with Roger. They be coming to the gym. Get done. Floyd was making like $75,000, $100,000 fight. bragging about his little boxing glove like that. Look at that, man. See, they had some damn chip sprayed on it. It cost me $100.
Hey, you gotta fake it till you make it, man.
Lucky did it for today.
That's my own like. I said, I had some free time. They bring it up.
Here go Ugas right here. I didn't see it. He was back there chilling,
Back then when I got it.
doing interviews.
Yeah, he was doing some kind of interview.
Did you get him?
No, not.
AT&T. Maybe like GT.
Here we go. Here we go, guys. Final press conference.
Marco. Ven para acá. Tú vas en vivo con esto. Tú vas en vivo. Voy a grabar.
You can take that one. You can take that one. You're going to use it for press questions. Actually, you should use that one.
I wasn't sure what.
You're going to come up here. You got Ashley? She's going to hear you.
Hello, everybody. Just tap me on my shoulder if I get in your way. Just tap me if I get in your camera.
Arlington, AT&T Stadium, make you think big here in Texas. That's why we had to bring one of the biggest, most significant fights here to the home of the Dallas Cowboys. Because on Saturday, April 16th, Showtime pay-per-view, the winner of the main event walks away as the unified champion in the welterweight division. This will be just the 12th unification fight in the welterweight division. And the winner is just one belt away from becoming the undisputed and the first undisputed welterweight champion of the world in this four-belt era. I'm Brian Custer, the host of Showtime Championship Boxing. And from my understanding, April 16th, from what I heard, is also ERROL SPENCE Day in the city of Dallas, proclaimed by the mayor. Will that evening, the WBC, the IBF World Champion, the Truth, ERROL SPENCE JR will take on the WBA World Champion, YORDENIS UGAS, and they will headline what will be an explosive night of boxing on Showtime pay-per-view. Also, we have another explosive night on Showtime Championship Boxing, all of it here from AT&T Stadium, brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. Now, the pay-per-view broadcast, it kicks off at 9 p.m. Eastern, that is 6 o'clock Pacific time. It's a 4-fight featuring not only the main event, but you'll also see the lightweight contender, Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He's going to be taking on the former world champion, Yordenis Ugas. It's a 10-round co-main event. The lineup also includes the unbeaten Jose Valenzuela. He's battling the former world champion, Francisco El Bandido Vargas. And, of course, we'll start the night off with Cody Crawley. He's unbeaten, taking on the Riverside Rocky, Josecito Lopez. That's a welterweight fight. That kicks off the pay-per-view broadcast. But we also want you to tune in to Showtime Championship Boxing before that, because that night will begin on Showtime at 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 o'clock Pacific time. And you'll see the welterweight title holder, Rajat Butayev, taking on the top contender, Ismatis Stanionis. Those two will fight it out. Of course, they've got their eyes on eventually facing the winner of this pay-per-view main event. And that broadcast will begin with the unbeaten Brandon Lee taking on Zachary Ochoa. By the way, Brandon Lee, the 2021 Ring Magazine Prospect of the Year, looking to extend that knockout streak that he has of 16. That starts on Showtime pay-per-view or Showtime Championship Boxing at 7 o'clock Eastern. All of these fights are being promoted by promoter extraordinaire Tom Brown and TGB Promotions, and of course, Man Down Promotions, which is affiliated with ERROL SPENCE JR. I know what you're wondering, how do I get the broadcast? How do I get the pay-per-view? Well, that 4-fight card is available. It is live. It will be streaming here in the U.S., and you can get it at showtime.com/PPV. It is available through the Showtime app, or you can just call your local cable or satellite provider and order the fight through them. For those of you who want to be in the house, and you certainly want to be here at AT&T Stadium to see this fight live, you can get tickets. You can get them and purchase them through SeatGeek.com. SeatGeek.com. It is the official ticketing provider of AT&T Stadium. Now, let me bring here to the podium the man who helped make all this happen. He's the president of sports and event programming for the Showtime Networks, Stephen Espinosa.
The welterweight division has long been one of boxing's most glamorous, most interesting, most popular divisions. A place where fighters like Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, and Floyd Mayweather have ruled. And this Saturday represents a significant step to figuring out who is the best 147-pound fighter in this sport today. 3 world titles at stake. And the 3 world title unification fits perfectly in what Showtime is doing in 2022. And that's putting the best against the best in the most competitive matchups. This past weekend, we had a thrilling fight of the year contender with Sebastian Pangora and Erickson Lubin. Still has people talking about it. And that's what happens when you put 2 elite fighters in the ring against each other. You get that kind of action, that kind of competition. And that's exactly what we're going to see on Saturday night. As Brian said, we've got a full day of boxing. We're doing something that we've never done before. And that's having a full championship boxing card leading into the pay-per-view. 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. local. Showtime, the 2-fight card, opening up with Brandon Lee, and then Stanionis and Whitlock. There's no other network, no other platform in the sport that is doing quality of fights this good, 6 fights down the card. 5 fights down the card, we have Stanionis and Whitlock, which is a eliminator fight. This is quality, top to bottom, starting at 6 p.m. local for the 2-fight card on Showtime, all the way through the pay-per-view. And of course, if you don't have Showtime, we're going to make it really easy to watch that pre-show with a free trial, 30-day free trial, only by $3.99 for 4 months. Or make it real simple. You can watch it on YouTube. And then the pay-per-view, one of the strongest cards of the year. One of the disadvantages of having such a great fight in the main event is sometimes people overlook the undercard. And in the full feature, we have a really exciting young fighter, Isak Cruz, coming off, giving Tank Davis the toughest fight of his career. He is establishing himself as a force to be reckoned with and trying to position himself for another shot, potentially at Gervonta Davis in the future. There's a weigh-in show tomorrow, 11 a.m. local time. We'll be streaming on YouTube. We'll be doing the weigh-in live with Lou Thomas, Brian Campbell, Raul Marquez, and NBA World Champion Steven Jackson, who's also Showtime talent, will be joining that as well. But we know what we're out here for. It's a great card, a huge thing of boxing. But we're here for Spence Ugas, 2 former Olympians, 2 of the best in the division, 2 outstanding family men, 2 guys who are credit to their sport. You've seen them on All Access, both episodes. You've got both of them in their camps for letting us in and allowing us to portray who they are outside the ring. We couldn't be prouder to be associated with this event. 2 fine young men, 2 great sportsmen, 2 elite boxers, 1 iconic venue with 3 world titles at stake. It's a red not to be missed. We'll see you Saturday night.
Thank you, Stephen. You hit it right on the head. Champion versus champion. 2 guys hungry. 2 men daring to be greater. And in the end, we find out who is indeed the big fish of the welterweight division. ERROL Spence Jr. taking on YORDENIS UGAS. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the men who worked them out, put together the game plan, who trained them, and they're 2 of the best in the business. For YORDENIS UGAS, a man who was trained 20 world champions, Marcellus. Welcome, sir. YORDENIS Spence Jr. This man is one of the best trainers in boxing. Former Ring Magazine, former trainer of the year, Dallas's own Derek James. Let me introduce the champions. And I'll start with the WBA champion. 27-4. He's got 12 knockouts. He is the WBA welterweight champion of the world, YORDENIS UGAS.
Bueno, gracias a todos por estar aquí. Ante todo, como ustedes saben siempre, quién soy yo, que no soy solamente un peleador, soy un peleador adentro, un peleador afuera, donde quiera que me pago, siempre quiero pedir libertad a todos los presos políticos de mi país y el fin de la dictadura, y ese mensaje siempre es la lucha más grande que tengo en mi vida.
Well, thank you so much to everyone who's here or who's watching on the live stream. You know who I am right now. You know that I'm not just a fighter inside the ring, but also outside of it. And I want to advocate once again for the freedom of all the political prisoners in Cuba, as well as for the end of the dictatorship in my country.
También quiero darle la gracia a mi vida, especialmente a mi comunidad. Todos los cubanos también en esta pelea, y no muchos no han visto nunca la pelea boxeo, también por mi mensaje, por la libertad que yo siempre tengo.
I also want to thank all the Latin fans out there that are going to watch this fight, especially, my Cuban countrymen. I love you guys, and I want you guys to know that I always carry that message forward of freedom and happiness for my country.
Hablando del boxeo, estoy orgulloso de la pelea, solamente respeto para Spain, para su equipo. Como he dicho, esto es uno de los mejores entrenadores del mundo, duelo de los tres mejores pesos fuertes del mundo.
And, just boxing-wise, I want to say that I'm so excited for this fight. Nothing but respect for Spence. He's a great fighter, and this is not only going to be a match between us, but also between two of the greatest trainers in the world. So you're not going to want to miss that either.
Gracias a todos los fans que van a venir aquí al estadio ahora. Spence prometió una acá, yo estoy prometiendo una gran victoria. Go Eddie!
So you're not going to want to miss this fight. You're going to want to come out, you're going to want to tune in. Spence promised a knockout, I promise a win. Don't miss it.
Thank you, Martin Bertier, of course, giving us the translation. Now, let me bring to the podium the unified welterweight champion of the world. He's known as the Truth. 27-0, 21 men, not made it to the final bell. That means 21 knockouts. He is the WBC, the IBF, welterweight champion of the world. He calls himself the Big Fish, ERROL SPENCE JR.
Go, champ.
Hi, everybody doing? I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. It's going to be action-packed on Saturday night. I'm looking to put on a great show, a great performance in front of my hometown. I know who guys coming to fight. I know his coach. Got some kind of great game plan. But on Saturday night, I'm putting a great show and another great performance. I'm looking forward to becoming another champion of the WBA till my time. So I have 3 belts. That means 1 more. So everybody make sure they tune in on Showtime pay-per-view. Make sure you order. Or if you're in Dallas or you're in Texas, come out to the AT&T Stadium. It's on the grandest stadium in Texas. And like I said before, you're not going to miss this. Come Saturday night.
Well said, champ. Like the champ, I used to live here in Dallas. So y'all stop texting me. I might give out any tickets. Got to order Showtime pay-per-view, or make sure you get your tickets through SeatGeek.com. All right, let's talk about the fight. Champ, we'll start with the unified champ here. And ERROL, it's one thing, though, to have a big fight. It's another thing to have it at home. Certainly brings some kind of pressure because you want to show off for the home folk. What does this one bring to you to be here in Dallas, Cowboy Stadium, and as you point out, to have 3 belts on the line?
For me, it's no pressure. For me, it's the honor. It's the honor of fighting at home, especially on one of the grand stages at the AT&T Stadium. Most people from their hometown, most boxers from anywhere is not able to be fighting in their home at the football stadium. So this is great for me. It's a great opportunity for me, and I welcome the challenge. And like I said, it's no pressure.
Your dentist was watching All Access, and your trainer, Ismail, said he looked at the footage, and the ERROL Spence that he saw against Shawn was not the same guy who fought Danny Garcia. My question is, do you believe ERROL Spence Jr. is still that same guy?
Bueno, yo Luis, estaba viendo show de All Access, la gente también lo puede ver ahora en los episodios por YouTube, y tu entrenador decía que Spence ya no es el mismo, que después del accidente y de lo que tuvo la lesión en el ojo, que él ya no era el mismo de antes. ¿Vos qué esperas de Spence? ¿Crees que está 100%?
Bueno, pienso que nosotros trabajamos en el campamento para un Spence 100%. Mi entrenador y yo hemos conversado, él tiene una opinión, él es el líder del entrenamiento, él es el que sabe, aún así, como digo, trabajamos en campamento para no esperar el 100%.
It's always wise to have a wise trainer, somebody that has seen more boxing than most, but we have different opinions, and I think that Spence is going to be 100%. I prepare for the best Spence possible. That's been my mindset throughout.
Here, I'll ask you the same question. How are you that same guy?
Well, Brian, I think you're trying to start something. You know how I am when other can't say I can't do this, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, and I pull wrong every time. So I am the same guy. I feel like I'm better than that guy that fought Shawn or Dan Garcia.
Yordenis, ERROL has maintained he's the big fish of the welterweight division. If he's the big fish, what is Yordenis Ugas?
Bueno, acá YORDENIS Spence se cree que es lo más grande del peso welter. Entonces, si él es el más grande de la división, ¿qué sería YORDENIS UGAS? Él es el pez gordo del lugar. ¿Qué es Yordenis?
Bueno, pienso que mucha gente conoce mi historia. Regresé de 15-3, regresé en 2016 y en el último año he sido uno de los mejores peleadores del deporte. Sí, si él quien dice ser, yo soy uno de los mejores peleadores del deporte en los últimos años.
You know my story. I came back from being 15-3 back in 2016, and ever since then, I have established myself as part of the elite in this division. If he's the big fish, I belong in that same tank, not far behind, because I'm willing to swim with the big fishes, wherever.
Soy un peleador comprometido, un campeón de esto y fuera de estos años.
Spence was. Well, I've been a compromised fighter, somebody that has been willing to do whatever it takes throughout the years to be where I am right now.
Any response?
Well, you better than me, because obviously I'm not playing that.
We know how to fight. I think this man loves to mix it up. If this fight comes out and both of you guys are as aggressive as a number of people believe, do you think this fight goes the distance?
I don't know why not. You guys can talk about me. The guy is he embraces the fight. He embraces the one of those times. So, if he has to, he do anything to win. I'm the type guy. I'm the guy. If I have to go toe-to-toe, I will. If I have to stand and fight, I will. So I think, we get in the clinch and we start fighting, and I don't think it's going to go too around.
Yordenis, we'll wrap up with this. For all the people who will be coming out here to AT&T Stadium, buying this pay-per-view, you tell us why. Tell us why we need to watch Yordenis Ugas and ERROL Spence Jr. get it on Saturday.
Los todavía más fanáticos que van a comprar el pay-per-view. ¿Qué le podemos prometer que va a ser Yordenis Ugas? ¿Qué podemos esperar de Yordenis Ugas este sábado por la noche?
Bueno, como he dicho, un peleador comprometido, con una gran historia, representando a todo un país, representando todo un mensaje de esta nación, y como le he dicho, que tengo a la gente que me apoya y como el fan mensaje, sudor, esfuerzo y lágrimas, sábado en la noche.
I promise you blood, sweat, everything that I have to give for my country, for my fans, for everyone that's watching the pay-per-view. You're not going to be disappointed. We're going to put on a great show, and you're going to see the same Ugas that has put his heart and soul into boxing throughout the past couple of years into this fight that means everything to me.
ERROL, Ugas says he's fighting for his country, he's hungry. What about ERROL Spence Jr.? Tell us about your motivation that drives you for this fight.
I feel like everybody knows my motivation. I'm fighting for my family, my close friends, I fight for my city, the state of Texas. I'm putting on a great show, another great performance. It's my drive. I want to be a unified champion of the world. I want to have 3 belts. I want to become the future undisputed welterweight champion of the world, the first day ever do it. So I have to finish up on Saturday night, and I'm going to put on another great show. Hope everybody come out, order on Showtime pay-per-view. I promise you don't want to miss this fight.
Folks, he's the main event of Showtime pay-per-view. I know there are members of the media here, a number of you who've got questions. We'll allow you guys to answer some questions. We just ask that you identify yourself. We have the microphones here front and center.
Hey man, Cameron Buford, voice of the fans. Congratulations on both of your this opportunity for both of you guys. Earl Spence, I want to ask you a question. You mentioned that you're a better fighter than the fighter who fought Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter. In what ways are you a better fighter? To Ugas, your challenge of getting here. Talk about how that challenge of getting here to where you are today plays into your preparation for this fight. And thank you guys both. You can answer.
I feel like I'm very happy with Dan Garcia fight because, I did call. I mean, I came out the car and, I'm full quarter female and I'm concrete. So, of course, with time and become a better fighter than Dan Garcia fight. I mean, my body was still kind of banged up and I said the fight wanted to fight. So, I feel like it's a better fighter overall than the gym a lot longer and you've been training harder and just being more focused there.
Check right here. The mayor declared
sorry, can you please repeat the question about the challenge so I can ask it again?
My question was the challenges that he's endured in his lifetime. How does he lean on that, and how will he lean on that come Saturday for the fight?
Todos los desafíos, todas las cosas a las que te has tenido que sobreponer, no solo los sanciones de tu vida, ¿cómo te motiva de cara a una pelea como la del sábado? ¿O es que ya están en el pasado y no las tienes en cuenta para esta pelea?
No, ante todo, como siempre digo, soy un guerrero, un competidor, ganando campeonatos de los 6, de los 7 años, listo para la noche como el sábado. He formado mi carácter a través de los años con toda la adversidad y esto es una gran noche más.
I'm a warrior, I'm a competitor. I've been facing adversity ever since I was 6, 7 years old. I've been fighting since I was a little kid. This is nothing new to me. Saturday night, it's going to be a great night, but no different than any other fight or another night that I had to overcome throughout my boxing career.
My question is for Errol Champside. The Benavidez declared Saturday, April 16th, as Errol Spence Jr. Day. Have you envisioned how you will spend those days to come, and are you aware that April 15th, 1947, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier, so your day will always be the day after Jackie Robinson?
No, I know that. Thanks for telling me. But, I haven't even thought about it, just being after the fight or anytime we would meet the time of focus on April 16th and me winning this fight. That's the only thing that matters to me. And, I'm grateful to have that be on my day. But the main goal, the main objective is to win from Saturday night.
Mi pregunta es para Ismael Sara, el Will Trail por Soy Juan. Ismael, esta es una de las pocas peleas en los últimos años que ustedes tienen un campo de entrenamiento completo para prepararse para un combate como este. ¿Cuál es la diferencia en el campo de entrenamiento?
The question is whether, your tennis is the first time in a long time where your tennis has had a training camp that has been able to be completed from start to finish with no real last-minute calls or difficulties. Do you feel that this is the best training camp that your tennis has had?
Por supuesto, hemos realizado varios campos de entrenamiento con diferentes situaciones, diferentes oponentes. Este es un campo más, más en oficina. Por supuesto, es una pelea donde vamos por los 3 títulos de la unificación, en la pelea más grande que creo que se va a dar ahora en 147 libras. Y bueno, hemos hecho todos los planes necesarios.
Absolutely, this camp has been outstanding. We have been able to prepare in the best way for what's going to be a huge fight, the biggest fight in the 147-pound division, unifying 3 belts. But we feel that the preparation that we have had with no real adversity whatsoever has been really, really great.
From BoxingScene.com. My question is for you guys. From the perspective,
how far you've come since where you were in 2015, out of boxing, coming off back-to-back losses, and now in an enormous event like this.
¿Podrías poner en perspectiva lo que significa para vos estar aquí, ahora, 100 años después de que casi tiras la toalla en el boxeo? ¿Cómo se siente eso comparado a lo que estabas hace 7 años?
Sí, me bien orgulloso cumpliendo mi sueño, que es pelear contra lo mejor de mi deporte y sobre todo dando un ejemplo a los peleadores jóvenes que no importa las cosas que pasen, con trabajo duro, dedicación, todo es posible. Tuve 2 años y medio fuera del deporte y hoy estoy aquí en la cima de una de las peleas más grandes del deporte.
I'm so happy. This is a dream come true. I believe that I'm not only setting an inspiration for everybody here, I'm setting an example for young fighters everywhere to know that with hard work and dedication, you should never give up because dreams do come true and you can get to the top where even if people die and are not going to get to the top, you can do it if you believe in yourself and enough hard work and dedication.
You go forward sometime. And when you injury that you sustained, that was kind of a freak injury you sustained the last time, did you train any differently for this fight just to make sure that nothing happened that would guarantee you actually get to fight this time?
Actually, the how they got injured is a lot stronger than my other line now because they put 2 straps on it, so it's like super secure. And nothing will happen until they get shot out or something. But I shouldn't say that. but nah, we didn't do anything different.
Since I'm saying that it's still dividida, hey, 21 knockouts. The last 3 you haven't been able to knock out them. Do you feel you need a staying knockout moving forward after this?
I feel like I don't need a knockout. I feel like fighters, they go look for knockouts. That's how they end up looking bad or end up losing the fight. But I see a lot of fighters, even after they get a knockdown, and just normally just looking for the knockout, and then they don't get the knockout, and they end up losing the fight, but not looking good. So for me, if it's a knockout call, I'm definitely going to take it. But if we don't come, I'm good with the victory too.
If I can add a comment there, I don't think you certainly don't need me defending Errol, but I think what's interesting is once you get to that top tier level, where you're having the best fight the best, the differences are very, very small. You don't usually see what happened last week where you've got 2 of the best in the division and it ends in a knockout. When you've got 2 super elite fighters like these, 2 Olympians, 2 skilled fighters, this fight is going to turn on little things. I'm not looking for a knockout, not because neither of them have power, but because these are 2 of the best in the division. And the differences between the 2 of them are very, very small. Like, it's the little tiny things that will make the difference in who comes out ahead on Saturday night.
Errol, jump over the fight score in Dallas. I'm curious what these days leading up to a fight typically feel like for you. Would you get nerves earlier in your career? And if so, do you still get nerves?
Yeah, I definitely got nervous in my career, especially when I first started. But now it's just this week just tapering off, leading up to another training that's hard, but still maintaining a peak level and staying focused on the game plan with my coach and making sure that I'm on point 100%.
Hello, this is Salvador Rodriguez from ESPN Account. It should be a great fight for the quality champions. Do you feel that the winner this Saturday needs to be closer to the bid in the spirit? I mean, Crawford should be the next for the winner this Saturday, or both of us?
Go ahead, Errol. Say again.
Do you believe that the winner will be, or needs to be Terence Crawford for being the spirit?
again, I feel like that's the only fight that's supposed to happen. I mean, he's the only one that has to do it unless, you know, you're going to find a top limiter against somebody. So, I mean, that's the only person to fight to become undisputed champion of the world.
Bueno, la pregunta me era sobre si crees que el ganador de esta pelea con tres cinturones tendría que pelear contra Terrence Crawford. Errol dice que es lo único que quedaría. ¿Vos qué pensás?
Sí, pienso igual. El ganador que continúe a pelear con el indiscutido para los cuantos cinturones contra esa siempre fue la idea mía. Pero bueno, yo pienso que esa pregunta es más para Spain, que le han hecho por muchos años. Yo estoy concentrado en pelear contra él el sábado.
I agree with that. Winner of this fight should go for the undisputed championship because it makes too much sense. Having said that, I'm focused on these fights on Saturday. There is no skipping steps. In order to get to where you want to go, you have to first take care of Saturday, and then whatever happens next, it's not to be a road. How is this like looking at the southpaws? Do you prefer fighting southpaws or does it matter? Is it one chain link foot?
Me?
Yeah. I'm right hand.
Who does right hand? Right hand.
You tripping, bro. I'm a Smith, man. That's terrible.
With Rose Sports, my question is for you. Earl, during the introduction, they talked about the importance of knowing you are outside of the ring. For young athletes coming behind you, what advice would you give them to have an identity outside of the sport?
I would tell them just to stay focused because a lot of times, especially that's why I feel like for high school, they give you classes where they talk about peer pressure and, you know, friends and, you know, outside influences and other stuff like that because a lot of times your friends are the same way that you are, or people from the outside have the same way you have. So I would tell them to believe in yourself. If you have a dream, nurture your dream, take care of your dream, and grind it to keep your dream alive because other people don't have your same interests or they don't have the same stuff that you want. So make sure that whatever dream you have, just focus on yourself and focus on your dream and strive for it and you be anything you want to be.
Okay, last one.
Last one.
Derek, this is for you. In your opinion, Ferrall looks pretty comfortable the way he's at right now. How much bigger do you think he could get and still get as effective as he is right now in this particular way? Much more, or is this not bad?
I think he can go up to wherever he wants to go. I think he's very comfortable. He's still heavyweights on a consistent basis. That's one of the guys before, but you know, he's heavyweights all the time. So I think they're very physical as a fighter. And you know, he can fight every weight. He can fight up to 160, maybe even higher. I'm not saying that's what we're going to do. I'm just saying that's what, you know, he probably be comfortable at that. He'll be comfortable, you know, the bigger guys all the time.
All right, now it's our last one. Thank you.
Hey, Earl, talk to before we start, man. You fought a few times here. How comfortable are you fighting at AT&T Stadium? And if you want more time to the conference, one year, can you
This is my hometown. Love how it was love AT&T Stadium. I appreciate them giving me the hospitality and making this my home. And on Saturday night, I'm winning another championship for the Dallas Cowboys. So let's do it.
Folks, there you have it. Champion versus champion. Daring to be great. You hear them both say their ultimate goal is to be the undisputed welterweight champion of the world and be the first in this four-belt era. It all comes from race Saturday, Showtime, pay-per-view, 9 o'clock Eastern time. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time. And then the night starts even before that on Showtime Championship Boxing at at 7 o'clock Eastern. That is 4 o'clock Pacific time with 2 fights there. Do not miss it, as we have champion versus champion in the main event. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Let's get a face off.
Hey, Ferrall, and your dentist right here.
Here we go. The WBA taking on the unified champion, the WBC IBF champion. It's just the 12th unification fight here in the welterweight division going down on Showtime pay-per-view. The true ERROL SPENCE JR taking on YORDENIS UGAS for 3 belts in the welterweight division.
No, I want to get Dennis. Okay.
Marcellus, James, the trainers of both fighters. Showtime pay-per-view, folks. 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time. 8 o'clock Central here in Texas.
Ryan, you want to step in for a picture, Buster?